Kind of already stopped doing this in 2025, but in 2026, I want to be Superwoman. I was so used to just being okay with things I wasn't okay with. Repeat after me. I am no longer going to remain uncomfortable to maintain connections. You can't say we didn't live life. Hello darlings, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Lisa and welcome. I believe this is my first official video of 2026. I cannot believe we are in 2026. Is it only me that feels like 2025 went super fast, but it was also the longest, slowest year ever? Like, things were just happening, but then things were just happening. Woo. Anyways, I thought for my first official video of 2026, I would do my 2026 ins and outs. I've been doing ins and outs for the past 2 years now, and it's more so just a vibe check and a values reset for the year ahead. So ins being the things that you want to welcome into the year ahead, and outs being the things that you want to intentionally leave behind. For me personally, my ins and outs, I don't like to go too deep and too heavy as I would when I'm setting goals and vision boarding. For me, my ins and outs are just light-hearted, surface level things that I want to be intentional about for the year to come. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's that big shiny red button down below that says subscribe. Yeah, that button. Go ahead and click that, pretty please. I'm trying to get back up to 50k and eventually get to 100k this year. All things are possible, so make sure you are subscribed. Enough yapping, let's get into my ins and outs. I've actually written them down in my cute little notebook, which is like a Filofax, but not really a Filofax, because when I went to go and Google the prices of Filofaxes, they were actually like £200. We are going to start off with my outs, things I want to intentionally leave behind in 2025. First thing on my list of outs is to stop swearing. Sometimes I tend to have a bit of a potty mouth, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to stop swearing and cut out foul language completely. It's definitely something that I did kind of okay with last year. I got to the point where I would think about swearing before I actually swore. I would have a little conversation with myself in my head like, okay, do I actually need to swear? But I'm already in the moment, so I might as well just swear. Which is definitely progress, because there was a time where the F words, the C words, all of the words, they used to just come flying out of my mouth. So the fact that I've got to the point where I'm actually thinking before I'm speaking is amazing. 2026, I definitely want to flush it out completely. I have friends who literally just do not swear at all. Swear words, foul language are not even in their orbit. Even when they're angry, it still doesn't come to their mouth. I want to be like that, okay? I want to be a lady. So hopefully in 2026, I will finally put the potty mouth to bed. The second thing on my list of outs, no more going to bed without doing my skincare routine. I probably shouldn't say this on the internet, but I can literally count on my hands the amount of times I actually did my nighttime skincare routine that bad. One thing I'm gonna do is fall asleep with my makeup on. Unfortunately, it's just never bothered me that much. If I get home and I'm tired, I'm going to bed with my makeup on, and I will deal with that in the morning. I have a nighttime skincare routine. It's just the amount of times that I do my nighttime skincare routine. Not having discipline with my nighttime skincare routine is what I feel like is holding me back from having the skin that I want. I can't even say that I have discipline when it comes to my morning skincare routine, because I don't really have a choice. If I get in the shower, obviously I'm going to wash my face, which means I'm going to have to do my skincare routine. Otherwise, I'll just be walking around with a dry face, and who wants to do that? But when it comes to my nighttime skincare routine, especially on the days that I'm not wearing any makeup, I am very comfortable to go to bed, because in my head, I'm not processing that my skin is actually not clean. I'm just thinking, well, as long as I didn't wear any makeup today. But that is very incorrect, because one, I shouldn't be going to bed with SPF on, and I wear SPF every day. Sleeping with SPF on is a big no-no. It definitely blocks your pores and all of that bad stuff. I shouldn't be doing that. And two, my skin is dirty. Not washing my face before I go to bed is the equivalent of me saying I don't need to have a shower every day because I didn't go anywhere. No, I need to introduce some discipline into my nighttime skincare routine. I have hyperpigmentation, I have textured skin, scarring, but all of these issues are things that can be resolved with a solid, consistent nighttime skincare routine. That on top of getting my facials and my treatments monthly, get my skin to where I want it to be. There's no point me getting microneedling every month if I'm not doing my nighttime skincare routine, literally just working backwards, and I don't want to work backwards in 2026. So a minimum of doing my nighttime skincare routine 3 to 4 times a week. This week I have done my nighttime skincare routine 3 times, which is pretty good. Maybe not for others, but definitely for me. I want to have glass skin too. Third thing on my list of outs, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow to the second coming of Jesus Christ, and I still won't do it. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow will come, I'll be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then another tomorrow will come and I'll be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then it's a week, and then it's a month, and then it's 3 months, and then it's Q4, and then it's the end of the year, and I haven't done what I said I was going to do. I need to start keeping the promises I've made to myself. I've been doing quite okay with that when it comes to other areas of my life, especially working out and going to the gym. I'm no longer I'll go to the gym tomorrow kind of babe. No, I have to get up and go. I want that level of discipline in all the areas of my life. That starts with pushing a stop to procrastination. And it's not even always the hard stuff, it's even the simplest of things. Enough is enough. I actually had to sit with myself and figure out why I have such a big tendency to procrastinate. Trust me, when you've been in therapy long enough, you will deep think everything. Adult Lisa is inexplicably tired and burnt out. Younger Lisa was doing stuff and carrying stuff that she had no business carrying. The simple things that shouldn't be hard, simple things that I don't need to procrastinate with, I am procrastinating with because I'm just feeling so burnt out. I didn't realize that until the end of last year. I just thought, oh yeah, I'm a procrastinator, it's because I'm a Virgo, all of that rubbish. There's deeper meaning at the bottom of all of these things, and I really had to sit down with myself and figure out what was going on. And now that I figured that out, I'm definitely on the path to stop the habit. It's very important to call things for what they are. Often as adults, we grow up and we just accept that we've always done things a certain way because that's just how we are. That's not the case. I didn't come out of the womb a procrastinator and feeling burnt out. There were certain things a younger Lisa had to do in order to survive, but now adult Lisa has to realize that I'm no longer in survival mode. One day at a time, I am healing a younger Lisa, and through that, rewiring my nervous, I can never say that word, rewiring. Ever since I started Invisalign, I just have this terrible list, even when I don't have them in. It's crazy. Rewiring my nervous system and letting adult Lisa know now that I no longer have to live that way. Don't just want to put a plaster on those wounds, but we actually want to heal those wounds, you know? Actually, we're off to a good start because this is the second time I'm filming this video. I actually sat down to film this video on Friday. By the time I sat down to actually edit the video on Saturday, I realized that all of the footage was overexposed. That meant I had to sit down today on Sunday and film this video again. After church today, with everything in me, I just wanted to get in bed, watch TikToks until I fell asleep and just bed rot all day. But the new Lisa said no. I said I was going to do this today, so I'm going to do it today. And I've done it today. So here we are. So you guys better watch and like this video for all of this hassle. So the last thing on my list of outs, being uncomfortable to maintain connections. Repeat after me. I am no longer going to remain uncomfortable to maintain connections. Yeah, take a minute to sit with that. Say it again. I am no longer going to be uncomfortable to maintain a connection. This year, I'm not playing any games. Strict AF. Get with the program, or you get lost. When you think about it, it's pretty simple. Life is too short to hold on to people and things that are making you uncomfortable. I'd rather be uncomfortable now and sit in the discomfort now rather than be uncomfortable for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, that's a lesson that some people never learn. I don't want to be one of those people. Remaining uncomfortable to maintain these connections in your life, you're working backwards anyway. Not wanting to sever these connections now because you don't want to experience this discomfort now just means that you are going to experience discomfort and be uncomfortable for the rest of your life. I think I was watching a TikTok video. So I think the girl was just saying that she was in a toxic relationship, but she's finally left, but she feels like she's wasted her whole life. And the comments were basically saying that, listen, 10 years is better than 10 years and 1 day. 10 years is better than 10 years and 2 months. Those 10 years can quickly, very quickly turn into 20 years if you don't do what you need to do when you need to do it. I've definitely been that person, a formal people pleaser, somebody who just liked to stay in her safe space. I was scared to experience that discomfort of letting somebody go. Friendships, family relationship, romantic relationship, we need to learn how to let go. I just didn't know if I would be okay if I let go. I wasn't comfortable enough in myself, and I wasn't sure enough in myself to realize that I would still be okay when I let go. And even if I wasn't okay, God forbid, things didn't work out the way I wanted them to when I let go, it's still okay. I spent my whole life trying to make other people happy. When it gets to the point I have to make a decision for myself, I'm never really thinking about myself, always putting other people first. And I don't mean that in a way of like, oh, I'm just so selfless, la 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 la. It's not even that. I am making myself smaller. I am diminishing myself, making myself uncomfortable day by day just to maintain connections with these people. I don't play about my feelings anymore. I have seen the results, ergo my seizures, of playing around with stress. Stress comes in all types of forms, but it definitely comes in the form of holding onto things that are making you uncomfortable just to maintain a connection. I kind of already stopped doing this in 2025, but in 2026, I'm not afraid to be an absolute dictator about my life, because guess what? It's my life. There are times where you're going to have to extend grace where grace is due. But sometimes, how about extend some grace to yourself? Growing up, thinking about yourself was so demonized. As a young child, I was never encouraged to think of myself and put myself first. And don't get me wrong, with everything in life, it's all about balance. But if I'm getting to the point where I'm becoming more and more uncomfortable, more and more resentful with each passing day, just because I'm maintaining this connection with said person, I'm outie 2000, outie like a belly button. My patience in 2025 was dwindled down to this. Try me if you want to. The most important person in my life is me. It's always going to be that way. I'm the main character in my life because it's my life. When I look back to the past 2 years of my life, there were so many times when my body registered discomfort. I was uncomfortable with things. I wasn't happy with things, but my body was so used to dismissing my feelings or just accepting those things as status quo, because I was so used to chaos. I just sat in the discomfort and I did nothing. I told myself, oh, I'm overthinking, oh, I'm self-sabotaging, when really I wasn't. It was my mind, it was my body speaking to me and telling me that, hey, hello, I'm actually not okay with it. I was so used to just being okay with things I wasn't okay with, and that comes to a stop this year because it's not cute. And not only are we trying to learn new things, we're also trying to unlearn unhealthy habits that we've become accustomed to. I no longer want to be accustomed to chaos. I need to stay listening to myself. How am I going to have healthy relationships with other people if I can't even act on something making me uncomfortable? It doesn't always have to be such an end of the world thing and so negative. Sometimes you just outgrow people. Sometimes you are just supposed to leave people where they are and where they're at, and that's okay. I have to continue training my nervous system to listen to my inner voice. It's one of the biggest lessons that I learned in 2025. The most important voice in my life was mine. Now I'm here, I have no intentions of my voice not being the most important voice in my life again. Yeah, here's to letting it go. Let it go. On to the ins and the things that I want to welcome into my life. So first thing on my list of in, texting back immediately. When I say, if I don't sort this out now, I might just lose all my friends. The amount of times I've been told off by my friends for not texting back immediately and taking several days and a bit of double texting too for me to respond is, I don't know why I've gotten to this point where I'm just so easily overwhelmed by people messaging me. It literally got to the point where I was messaging people back in the middle of the night to avoid immediate responses. I'm welcoming and encouraging texting back straight away in my life. Just allows for an easier flow of things with timely responses. One of my friends told me off the other day and she was like, yeah, don't bring this habit into 2026. Oh, were you silent or silent? Noted. Sometimes I feel that my life is quite chaotic, even when it doesn't need to be. I'm not doing the little things just to make my life a bit easier for myself. Like I said, we're easing into things, okay? Giving myself a 24-hour response time. Obviously, that's excluding emergencies. If I get told off one more time, for not replying on time. Comment down below if you deal with this as well. I just get so easily overwhelmed when people start messaging me. And I was thinking maybe it has something to do with online being my job. I'm having to respond, talk to, and engage with people almost 24/7. But that's just the name of the game when you're an influencer. Engagement is what keeps you going. So when I do get a little bit of alone time, I'm like, I don't want to respond to the text. With all things in life, there has to be a balance, and I have to find a balance. Hi friends, if you're watching, do expect timely responses from me this year. Within reason though, this is not an excuse for people to text me at 2 a.m. and expect me to reply unless it's an emergency or unless you're a certain person. Next up on my list of is journaling every week or bi-weekly. I started journaling in 2024. It was so helpful to me, almost transformative, that I was like, okay, this is something I have to do all the time. I used to do video journals, but I found that I was just talking for way too long, and I would have like 1 hour videos on my phone of me just talking to myself. I started doing it on my laptop, and I would journal on my laptop, and it was just so helpful for me. However, during the first half of 2025, I stopped journaling because there was just a lot going on. And you're probably thinking, okay, Lisa, if there was a lot going on, that would encourage you to journal even more. But I didn't want to face a lot that was going on. You know what they say, writing things down and saying things out loud, and that's when you really feel like, whoa, this actually happened. I wasn't at that point where I was ready to sit down and say, whoa, this actually happened. And I'm never one to avoid self-reflection, but at that time it was just like, I just need to make it to the end of the day. I'm gonna have to deal with this later. So I picked up journaling again towards the end of 2025. It's been super helpful. It's so therapeutic for me. It's helped me so much with regulating my emotions. It's helped me learn to self-soothe, and really super helpful in understanding my processes and also tracking my progress as well. 2025 on Christmas Day, I read my journal entry from 2024 Christmas Day. The difference, literally night and day, and it made me quite emotional. I started crying. I don't want to cry again. I realized that I have a tendency not to acknowledge and celebrate even the small wins. Very easy to get into the habit of only acknowledging the big accomplishments, especially with social media nowadays. You got the house, you got the car, you passed your driving test, you got married, you had a baby. All of these physical accomplishments that we can see and physically put our hands on. I wasn't acknowledging my quiet but steady growth, the quiet wins that I had made within myself. And not because I did something so amazing and grand, simply just because the person who I was last year is not the person who I was today. Not all growth is for everybody to see and applaud. Some accomplishments are for you to take quiet solace in. That is one of the main reasons I did the cake accomplishment video. I actually didn't film that video until a couple of hours before the new year. And what prompted me to film that video was reading my journal entry from 2024 Christmas Day, and I was like, wow, Lisa, you've come so far. Maybe this year wasn't everything you wanted it to be, but you have still made so much progress. Even if it's just a little bit of growth, that is something to be acknowledged and celebrated. That video was not only for me, but for everybody out there who maybe didn't have the greatest year, didn't get the physical accomplishments that you can post on TikTok and Instagram and say, hey everybody, look, I did this. Maybe 2025 was the year for your growth from within. What a pleasure it is to feel discomfort, because it meant that I must be growing. I don't want to cry, I don't want to get emotional. I'm so grateful for the lessons that I've learned. I'm so grateful for the progress that I have made. I say all of that to say that journaling has been so transformative for me. So it's definitely something that I want to keep in my life in 2026. Next thing on my list of ins, making more fun, lifelong memories with all of my loved ones. After COVID, life just got super serious, and on top of all of that, we were all growing up and becoming very serious ages. Things have just been super heavy and super serious. We're all just doing very serious things. In the midst of all of that, I don't want to forget to stop and smell the roses. Yes, I'm chasing the bag. Yes, I'm chasing my dreams. Yes, I'm trying to accomplish all of the goals that I have set out for myself. But I don't want to wake up one day at 90 years old and realize, oh, I didn't actually live my life. I want to look back at my life at 90 years old. You can't say we didn't live life. Like I said before, with everything in life, balance is needed. I want to chase after my dreams, accomplish all of the big girl things I want to accomplish, and still enjoy my life. I am minister of fun. If I could be fun, I would be fun. I want to do that regardless of the things that are happening in my life. Looking back at 2025, I realized that where there were times I needed to be still, there were also times where I was too still. I wasn't going out, I wasn't having fun, I was just stuck. And I don't want to ever have a period like that in my life ever again. No matter what is going on in my life, I'm always forward moving. I just want to laugh, I just want to have fun, want to make amazing lifelong memories. Can't say we didn't live life, you know? That means saying yes to a lot more things. I'm open to that and I'm welcoming of that. I just want to have fun and enjoy with the people that I care about. That is a top priority for me in 2026. 2025 was very serious. In fact, maybe too serious. I also want to really be able to enjoy this period of my life. I'm not going to be 30 again. Next thing on my list of ins, becoming inexplicably strong. The motto for 2025 was sexy, but the motto for 2026 is strong and sexy. I'm talking about army training, but without being in the army. I want to be Superwoman. Does anybody else feel like that, or is it just me? I just want to be so ridiculously strong. The other day I went on a run. It's the first serious run that I've done outside of the gym since 2024, and the way I was breezing through that run compared to how I was running in 2024. In 2024 I couldn't run 3 minutes without needing to stop. The fact that I was able to run 30 minutes non-stop, obviously to some people that's no time at all, but to me it's a lot of time, and I wasn't completely out of breath and in pain, is remarkable. It made me realize how much strength and endurance that I've built by being consistent in the gym. It just made me feel so good. Now I'm just absolutely gagging to be as strong as possible. I just want to do all the things. If it means I have to climb to the top of a mountain with a weight on my back, I want to be able to do that. The endorphins you feel every single time you push your body to a new personal best. 2026, we are not only sexy, but we are strong as well. Last thing on my list of ins, seeing through every idea no matter what. I sat down the other day and I realized that actually, Lisa, you are pretty amazing, very talented and very creative. And I decided it would be a total shame if I don't act on every idea I have, because I have some pretty amazing ideas. I cannot tell you the amount of things that I've thought about in my head and I've told somebody else and I'm like, oh my god guys, like what do you think of this? And they're like, oh my gosh Lisa, that's absolutely amazing, you need to do it. And then I don't do it. No more of that in 2026, because really and truly you never know until you try. So I want to try everything. Every amazing idea that comes to my head, I just want to see it through. So if it doesn't work, then I know, okay, it didn't work. And if it did work, then I know, okay, wow, this did work and that was pretty amazing. And I have the results to show for it. I used to put myself down so much. And then I realized you are pretty magical. You've been searching for the magic in everybody and everything else. And all this time, the magic was in you. I don't want to leave this world without everybody seeing all of my magic. God did not make me a creative for no reason. He didn't just say, oh, here you go, have this creative spirit and do nothing with it. No, he has a plan for me, he has a vision for me, he has a destiny for me. I don't want to not see that through, not only for God, but for myself as well. I owe it to myself to be the best version of myself, and that means doing all of the amazing things that I think about, because this mind here, this brain, she's actually pretty amazing. And I just want to put all of that goodness into the world. If things work out, then they work out. If they don't work out, then I know at least I've tried. 2026, every idea that comes to mind, I am putting it into action, because I can't afford to just be basic, you know? One day when my time on this earth is up, what are they gonna write on my tombstone? I no longer want to let fear have me in a chokehold. I want my children to look at me and be like, wow, mom is amazing. I'm just feeling pretty inspired to just do what the hell I want to do. that is everything for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below, what are some of your ins and outs for 2026? If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to go ahead and click the subscribe button. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Press that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this and more content from me. Hopefully in turn, that means you'll be seeing a lot more of my face. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification button so you never miss an upload from me. I post on YouTube weekly, but if you want to catch up with me daily, go ahead and follow me on TikTok at Lisa Gemide and follow me on Instagram too at Lisa Gemide. Hope you guys are having a fabulous start to the year and I wish you guys an even better 2026. I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next one. Bye.